Why does being true to yourself sometimes feel like standing alone on an invisible battlefield? Ever felt like you're fighting battles nobody else even sees? Welcome to the Sigma life. Imagine this. You walk into a crowded room and suddenly the air changes. Conversations pause. Eyes follow you, but mouths stay shut. Some people are curious, others are intimidated, a few are just plain confused. No drama, no attention-seeking, just pure silent power. You don't fit into any box society built, and honestly, you stopped trying a long time ago. Psychologists describe Sigma males as individuals who operate outside traditional social hierarchies, valuing independence, authenticity, and self-sufficiency. But behind that composed exterior and lone wolf lifestyle lies a reality most will never understand. It's a life filled with silent battles, decisions made without applause, sacrifices made without recognition, and values upheld without compromise. Studies show that people who live authentically often face social isolation, especially in environments that reward conformity over individuality. It's not just imagination, it's reality. Sigmas, today we're pulling back the curtain. Today we reveal the 11 dark realities every Sigma male faces but rarely explains. The world only sees the surface. It doesn't see the storm you navigate daily, the silent wars, the hidden truths, the sacrifices made for freedom. Let's dive deep, brothers. Number 1, true freedom comes with crushing loneliness. Being free is the ultimate dream, right? No bosses breathing down your neck, no fake friendships, no herd mentality, just you doing you. But here's the kicker. Freedom has a price. And that price is loneliness. And not the, I'm bored, let me scroll through my phone kind of loneliness. It's the deep soul level kind, the feeling that nobody truly you. You could be surrounded by a crowd and still feel like you're on an island. Psychologically, studies show that highly independent individuals, like Sigma males, often experience what's called existential loneliness, a profound sense of separation from others, because of how uniquely they think and live. You crave your independence like oxygen, but deep down, there's a longing for someone who can walk beside you without trying to change you, mold you, or control you. Yet here's the truth. True companionship is rare because your soul is rare. You value authenticity, honesty, and freedom so deeply that only a few people will ever match your vibration. And that's okay. Throughout history, many great minds, Einstein, Tesla, even Da Vinci, embraced solitude because they understood. The price of genuine freedom is sometimes feeling like a lone wolf. But in that space, they created their greatest work, found their deepest peace, and lived lives of true authenticity. So remember, the loneliness you sometimes feel is not a punishment. It's proof that you are living life on your terms, and that's a trade worth making. Number 2, misunderstood by almost everyone. You know that awkward moment when people think they know you? Yeah, they don't. In today's world, people slap labels on others faster than a Black Friday sale. Oh, he's arrogant. Oh, he's shy. Oh, he's mysterious. Wrong, and wrong again. When it comes to Sigma males, society often misfires in its attempts to categorize them. Sigmas operate outside traditional social hierarchies. They don't crave attention like alphas, nor do they seek approval like betas. Instead, they move independently, fueled by internal goals rather than external validation. This can confuse people who rely heavily on group identity for their sense of belonging. You are not playing a role, they just can't decode you. Psychology calls this projection bias, the tendency for people to assume others think, feel, or behave as they do. When they encounter someone who doesn't mirror their expectations, they misinterpret it. A Sigma's quiet focus may seem like arrogance, his reserve may look like shyness, and his independence may feel like mystery, but really it's just authenticity. Explaining yourself? Pointless. Sigmas understand that you don't waste energy explaining a masterpiece to those still learning to color inside the lines. Your uniqueness is your strength, not something that needs validation. People will either appreciate it or misunderstand it, and either outcome has nothing to do with your value. Stay focused, stay independent, and let them keep guessing. Number 3, overthinking is both a blessing and a curse. Your brain is like a Formula One engine, high-powered, high-speed, and at times dangerously close to overheating. You don't just think, you overthink. Every move, every word, every consequence, it's a double-edged sword. Your ability to analyze every detail is why you often stay 5 steps ahead of everyone else. Research even shows that people with high analytical thinking skills often outperform others in leadership roles, innovation, and problem solving. But there's a catch. That same razor-sharp mind can turn on you, especially when the world goes quiet at 2 a.m. One small thought snowballs into questioning your last conversation, your relationships, your career choices, and even your life purpose. This mental spiral is common among high achievers and deep thinkers. Neuroscientists have found that overthinkers tend to have heightened activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for complex decision-making and social behavior. It's like having a supercomputer that occasionally glitches under too much pressure. Here's your motivation. Your mind is your sword. Sharpen it, train it, and control it. Use it to cut through challenges, not to stab yourself with endless self-doubt. Mastering your mind means learning when to shift gears, when to race and when to idle. After all, even the most powerful Formula One cars need pit stops to stay in the game. Number 4, independence creates invisible walls. You built your own kingdom, no reliance, no dependencies. You are the king and also the lone knight. In the world of social dynamics, this mirrors the essence of a Sigma male. Fiercely independent, self-sufficient, and entirely comfortable outside the traditional hierarchy. You crafted a life on your terms, answering to no one, relying on no one. This independence is a rare strength. Studies in social psychology show that self-reliant individuals often experience higher resilience and stronger problem-solving skills because they trust their instincts rather than seeking external validation. However, over time, your independence can start to look like an impenetrable fortress. To others, you might seem unapproachable, even intimidating. Research highlights that perceived social aloofness can reduce networking opportunities by up to 40%, not because of capability, but simply because people fear rejection. Friendships may struggle too, not because you lack warmth, but because your self-sufficiency masks it. You are not cold, you are careful. You protect your inner world like a knight defends a sacred realm. Sigmas, remember this. It is perfectly okay to open a door sometimes. Genuine opportunities, meaningful connections, and unexpected alliances can add richness to your journey. The key is balance. Open the door when it feels right, but keep your hand firmly on the handle, ready to shut it if anything threatens your peace. Your kingdom is still yours. You simply become a wise ruler, not a walled-off warrior. Number 5, people expect you to explain yourself constantly. Why don't you text back fast enough? Or why don't you hang out more? Why do you keep everything to yourself? Sound familiar? It's like people expect a constant broadcast of your every move, but here's the truth. You are wired differently. You are built for depth, not speed, for quality, not quantity. And explaining your inner peace to people who thrive on constant noise is like trying to stream a 4K movie on dial-up internet. It just doesn't work. Psychologically speaking, introverted and independent thinkers operate from a different neural pattern. Studies show that introverts have thicker gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain linked to deep thought and decision-making. You naturally crave solitude, introspection, and meaningful connections, not endless chatter. Trying to explain your peaceful nature to someone addicted to instant validation is draining. It's not your responsibility to translate your soul into a language they barely speak. Real connections don't demand explanations. They come with understanding built in. The right people will recognize your vibe without needing a user manual. So until you find your tribe, the ones who nod in silent agreement instead of questioning your every move, keep walking like you own the sidewalk. Your peace is not a problem to solve, it's your greatest power. Protect it. Number 6, success feels empty without purpose. You hit milestones others only dream about. Money, you've got it. Freedom, you've earned it. Skill sets, sharper than ever. But here's the twist. None of it truly satisfies without purpose. Without that inner compass pointing towards something greater, even success can feel like sand slipping through your fingers. It looks impressive on the outside, but inside, hollow, draining, pointless. That's because for a Sigma male, success isn't measured by external rewards. It's measured by depth. Sigma males are wired differently. Studies in psychology show that introverted, independent thinkers often derive fulfillment not from accolades, but from alignment with personal values and impact. While others are busy collecting trophies, Sigmas are building legacies. They don't chase titles, they chase transcendence. Transcendence, in this context, means rising above ego, societal pressure, and surface-level validation. It's about asking, what difference did I make? Sigmas want to leave fingerprints on the world that time can't erase. They build movements, inspire minds, and craft lives that echo beyond their own years. Purpose is what gives their power meaning. Money is just a tool. Freedom is a platform. Skills are the chisels. But purpose? That's the blueprint. Without it, the masterpiece remains incomplete. So if you're a Sigma who's climbed the mountain but feels no joy at the summit, it's time to look inward. You weren't made to just succeed. You were made to matter. What's driving your climb? Number 7, you are constantly battling your inner demons alone. Everyone has demons, fears, insecurities, traumas, but for Sigma males, those internal battles are fought in silence, without a crowd, without a crutch, and without applause. You handle pain like a seasoned warrior, not because you enjoy it, but because you understand that true strength isn't displayed, it's earned in the shadows. Unlike others who seek validation or lean on external support, Sigma males prefer solitude when facing their darkness. No therapy groups, no social media cries for help, no emotional spectacles. This isn't because you're emotionless, far from it. It's because your self-reliance is your therapy and your mind is your battlefield. Psychology backs this up. Studies show that introverted personality types, especially those with high independence and internal locus of control, often process trauma differently. You reflect deeply, strategize quietly, and act decisively. This level of emotional discipline doesn't make you cold, it makes you rare. In a world that overshares and overreacts, Sigmas conserve energy for the actual fight. You don't announce your pain, you conquer it. And the battles you fight, they're real. Internal wars like self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and existential questioning can be more brutal than physical ones because they don't leave visible scars, they leave lessons. Winning a battle no one knows you're fighting, that's a different kind of power. It's not about being a lone wolf for the sake of image. It's about being self-contained, mentally armored, and spiritually disciplined. Sigmas don't need validation because your reward is self-mastery. And that's the kind of strength that doesn't just impress others. It transforms you from the inside out. Number 8, vulnerability is harder than war. You could climb mountains, build empires, take hits like a champ, but opening your heart, trusting someone with your hidden self, that's a whole different battlefield. For the Sigma male, vulnerability isn't just uncomfortable. It's a calculated risk. These men aren't afraid of emotions. They just don't hand them out like party favors. Their hearts aren't locked up because they're fragile. No, they're locked because they're sacred. Psychologists define emotional vulnerability as the willingness to be open about one's feelings, fears, and flaws. For most, it's hard. But for Sigmas, men who live on the fringe of social hierarchies, self-reliant and emotionally self-contained, it's even harder. Why? Because vulnerability is more than emotional exposure. For them, its Sigmas don't wear their hearts on their sleeves. They wear armor built from experience, solitude, and deep introspection. Trust isn't given, it's. And not through flashy charm or surface-level connections, but through integrity, loyalty, and depth. In a world where oversharing is often confused with authenticity, Sigma males are strategic. They know not everyone deserves access to their inner world, and they're right. Studies show that misplaced trust can lead to betrayal, emotional manipulation, and long-term trauma. So when a Sigma opens up, it's not a slip. It's a decision, carefully weighed and deeply felt. So remember, vulnerability isn't about lowering your guard, it's about choosing who's worthy enough to see what lies behind it. The Sigma heart isn't weak, it's a fortress. And only a rare few are ever handed the key. Would you trust just anyone with your crown jewels? Neither would a Sigma. Number 9, your energy triggers people's insecurities. When you're a Sigma male, your mere presence seems to stir up reactions in others. It's not about what you say or do, it's the energy you carry. Sigma males exude a quiet confidence that doesn't need to be validated through words or actions. This stillness can make others feel uneasy, even though you're not actively trying to assert dominance or seek attention. For the betas, who often feel insecure or overlooked, your effortless sense of self-worth can feel like a challenge to their need for validation. They may get twitchy, trying to figure out how to compete for attention or recognition, but they can't figure you out. They sense that you're not concerned with the same social games they are. Alphas, who thrive on being at the top of the hierarchy, often feel defensive around a Sigma male. The Sigma doesn't play by their rules or seek their approval, which threatens their sense of control. Alphas can't easily manipulate or dominate you, and that creates friction. Then there are the fake friends, the ones who wear masks and compete for superficial approval. They get weirdly competitive when they realize you're not interested in competing. For them, it's uncomfortable because you're a reminder that validation and success don't require playing the same game they do. Simply put, your authentic self, your light, is often uncomfortable for those who are still stuck in the shadows of insecurity, validation, and competition. Number 10, love hits you deeper and harder. When a Sigma falls in love, it's not just a fleeting attraction or a casual connection, it's an intense, authentic, and deep commitment. Sigmas love with everything they have, pouring their entire heart and soul into the relationship. Unlike others who may entertain multiple options or dabble in the talking stage, a Sigma's affection is all or nothing. This level of love makes heartbreaks feel like a personal devastation. The pain of betrayal hits much harder because it's not something they take lightly. A Sigma's heart, once given, is given completely, and losing that trust or connection can take a long time to heal from. But here's the truth. When a Sigma does give his heart, it's a rare and precious gift. Few can say they've received such devotion. It's not something they offer often, and when they do, it's the deepest kind of love you can experience. Number 11, you are on a lifetime quest for self-mastery. Sigmas aren't driven by the need for external approval. They're focused on a journey of continuous self-evolution. They're constantly mastering their minds, sharpening their intellects, and refining their mental resilience. Physical strength isn't just about appearances for them, it's a reflection of discipline and endurance. Sigmas invest in their bodies because they understand their connection to personal power. On the spiritual side, they cultivate inner peace and higher awareness. Sigmas don't seek validation from others, nor do they conform to societal expectations. Their energy is spent on owning their own destiny, creating the future they desire, one decision at a time. This path isn't for everyone. It's steep, lonely, and relentless. But that's what makes it so transformative. The true key to a Sigma's journey isn't about reaching some unreachable standard of perfection. It's about consistent progress, even in the face of adversity, making each day a step forward. Sigmas, listen up. The world might never fully understand you, and that's okay. You weren't born to fit in. You were born to stand out. Sigmas don't follow the crowd. They pave their own path. Leading without asking permission and living without boundaries is your essence. Your independence is your strength, and your silence is your sanctuary. Embrace the solitude. It's a sign of your inner power. The challenges you face, they're not obstacles. They're evidence of the incredible light you carry within. Being a Sigma means thriving in the face of adversity, using your solitude to grow stronger. Sigmas, if this resonates with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and join this unstoppable community. Here, we don't just exist, we thrive. We don't follow, we lead. Live by Sigma principles and watch the world around you transform. Stay true, stay Sigma.